Welcome back to Tuesday Caster Showcase on a show where apparently everything decided to hiccup in a hot second flat. Here is what happened today. There apparently was an update that was required for the Xbox app and for a game show. So I did those and it worked. But now, yeah, there we go. Apologies for that. We just finished the initial part of the show with the win on Defiance. They won in a 2-3 situation. They took Oblivion in 2 games straight away. Both shutout games, which was amazing. If you're just joining us, by the way, my name is DJ Blue PDX. I am joined by my play-by-play caster special guest co-host tonight. It is Pinhead Larry and our color announcer, Noplex.
Yo.
This is the Pinhead Larry
right?
Curse, man, I'm telling you.
So yeah, Larry broke my software, broke my computer. I'm just kidding. Anyways, if you are just joining the show, welcome. Hi. Apologies for the slight delay in things. We hope we get all of our viewers back here momentarily. We're up almost to 40. And once we get to 40, we get to give away a loot crate. You have no idea how much my life depends on being able to give away fun things like loot crates. So here's what I want you all to do. Tweet out the stream. It is tag at DJ Blue PDX, tag at GrifballHub. You need to mark in there and put in the tweet, twitch.tv/GrifballHub, so we can see it, we can tag you in it, we can tag ourselves in it, we can repeat it, retweet it, reduce it, refresh it, relaunch it. There's also Riri words that I want to put into this entire analogy that will probably end up as a meme somehow because I'm an idiot. And you know what? That's totally understandable and acceptable. By the way,
yeah, get Mr. Knock over here.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. All right. I'm just saying.
Don't worry, Pop-Tart's in game. He's not gonna be able to get them all in there. But
all right, get everybody in here.
Oh no, you gotta refresh the lobby because Miss Meow cannot switch teams because she decided to join.
Gotcha.
In the main menu rather than the Halo 5 menu.
Also, quick shout out to Shiloh right now. By the way, what's up, Shy? I met Shiloh last night. We actually have a lot of gaming buddies together. We were at Microsoft campus together for things that we can't talk about. But is also a great Halo player. I can't wait to introduce you all to him and get him involved in the Halo community because I think he's going to just extremely kick butt. It's going to be hilarious to watch because I think it's fun when I get shooty Halo players into Grifball. Because the minute I said Grifball, I was like, hey, I play Grifball. I was like, yes! Yes! It was super fun. So, awesome. Anyways, playing tonight on the blue team is for not the teams. God, stupid scoreboard is broken as well. These people are killing me here. Of all the nights, I miss my broadcast producers the most. Tonight's that night. Just saying, tonight's that night.
Honestly, I don't blame you. I'm just off my game so much tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. Hopefully this game will let me bounce back. But no, right now, dude, there's just so much. Like my phone's going off, a bunch of other stuff is just in my face constantly. So I'm just like, I'm just frustrated.
Let's talk about let's start with talking with Noplex. Noplex, you're the color announcer. Tell us about your predictions for this match. How do you think this is going to get put through?
Well, Underrated is obviously a very good team. A lot of people would say they could be favorites to win the ship. They definitely lost to Zero Gravity earlier in the season. I believe it was towards the end of the season when Zero Gravity really started to work, and they really worked hard to improve. So I feel like I remember Pop-Tart telling me that after they played Zero Gravity, whenever they lost, he felt like he learned what their problem was, and he wanted to fix it. So we'll see if that's the case, or we'll see if ZG could steal a game from them and make it a series. But I'm confident that Underrated will continue to play at a high level and win the series.
Personally, I think Underrated is going to win this. But I do really like Godly Otaku. Miss Meow's been improving. MV Retrograder, this is his first time being a captain, so he's definitely made some huge strides. Not a huge fan of Verity, but I do like that Verity is kind of more of like a sacrificial kind of player. He's willing to sacrifice his statistics for the team, which I do appreciate a lot of. So, good stuff by Verity, but I just feel that the tank-heavy trio of Pop-Tart, Gambit, and Zim is just going to be a little too much for them, considering that ZG isn't really a tank-heavy team. So it'll definitely be an interesting matchup. But I do have I'm gonna have underrated actually. I'm gonna switch up my predictions.
All right.
I'm gonna have underrated winning 2-1 rather than a 2-0. I feel like ZG at the beginning is gonna get a quick head start and be making plays early, and it'll definitely be an interesting game.
And I'm going to go ahead and say that while I love all my people over on underrated, I'm going to have to stand with my boy Retrograder. So I'm calling for Zero Gravity tonight. Also, Jay Killa, I think it's funny that you want to get unbanned and you want to get set free. Child, you had how many chances and you can't manage to not beat on children?
Yo, free my man, Jay
No. Jay Killa knows what he has to do. He knows what he has to do. I didn't want to hear it. You've been called out, Jay. You be a better person. Stop trying to be a gangster with 8-year-olds, and it won't be a problem. Big hugs.
Dude,
above average.
I'll be
I got you.
There
There you go. Yes, I'm letting Noplex be the Grifball PO. In the meantime, it's 6:53. Let's get started, or 9:53 if you're on the East Coast. Let's get started with this game. Everybody's ready. On the blue team, it is Zero Gravity versus Red Team's Underrated. And yes, I'm gonna be calling you out, Jay Killa. And Cannon,
Yo, shout out my
stop
boy
it.
Jay Killa.
Stop it,
Yo, shout
Cannon.
out my boy Cannon. Yo, Cannon, you asked for where the pro awards were. They're up. Why haven't you voted? I just got a call. You know what? I'm calling people out too. DJ, can I do that? I
don't know. You're you're still in the I'm still a little alarmed by your behavior box. But
what? I've been a good Samaritan.
So far, I don't want you to ruin it.
I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm calling Man Cannon out because he wanted the vote. Yo, it took forever to get Tariq to vote. I was like, Tariq, just vote. Like, who cares? But let's get this game on the road. I'm very excited about this one, to be honest. I'm really excited.
Jay Killa says he's giving up the Thug Life, and I'm very impressed with that because if Jay can manage to give up the Thug Life, he's gonna be top 10. I guarantee you, if not less, if not top 8. I'm just saying top 8 though. Right now, Red Team with the ball.
Red Team. As I believe that's gonna be, it's actually gonna be Invada Zim with the ball right now, as he's gonna drop it for his boy Razor, as Razor is the dedicated runner for this team, and Razor's definitely a route running kind of player, dude. If you give him an opportunity, a little bit, 3 seconds of daylight, as I like to say, he will be able to score. I really like Razor. Razor's definitely been improving his game. He's been asking for a lot of advice from the top runners, and I do appreciate Razor's running style, something that we don't see a lot of. Most people just punch everything, and they're like, hey, I'm a runner. It's like, no, you're not a runner. And he's gonna try to get, he's gonna whip as Verity just gets a nasty lunge on Razor. Take it from here, DJ.
Alright, blue team currently with the ball. DJ mistakenly screwing up his entire camera run right there because he was trying to type a GG to Jay Killa because he felt kind of bad, like he called him way out. Now that I'm speaking myself in the third person, I feel even more awkward. Blue team in the put the ball. Retro gets a nice kill right there on Invadia Zim. Also known as Dark Soul Nato with DNLA on the backside. Luck coming up in the middle. And ball carrier on the rear. Colton into the corner, just trying to make sure that he's got a very safe passageway. Not looking to give up the opportunity because right now this is not an easy game. This is not a game like we just watched. This is not going to be a situation like Defiance versus Oblivion. These are two teams that I think are extremely well matched and very even when it comes to talent, and I think it's going to come down to it. This game is going to go to 3 games. Ball gets passed across the backside to Retrograder. Retrograder off the respawn with DLNA comes up on the front. Josh, also known as Godly Utaku, gets stabbed right there by Poison Pop Dart as a ball carrier rolls across the backside. It's going to be Retrograder, who, you know, a year ago was not all that comfortable with the ball. He wasn't that comfortable being a runner. He was really focused on being a tank, and then suddenly just kind of rolled into some games, the right people and the right customs, and got the right coaching and found his stride and has really proven himself this season, especially when it comes to captaining. And he and Verity have really, I think, dominated the newbie circle when it comes to the green captains. And by green captains, I mean all the kids who are new in the success of their team. But right now, Red Team playing cautiously. Who's got the ball? I'm going to put that in the hands of Red Team. Pinhead. God, DJ English. Get it?
And that's going to be Razor with the ball, but blue team's easily going to snatch that away. What a great play by Godly Utaku. And that's what Godly Utaku does, man. I really like Godly Utaku as a player. But keep going, DJ.
I'm sorry. I took all your chatter time. I apologize.
I do it all the time.
All right, Godly Utaku with the ball. His Luck rolls up on the far side, and it's going to be, who's Luck? Luck is Verity. There we go. All right. Well, who's DNLA? Oh, that's Miss Meow. Is DNLA? I expect that to be Meow. All right.
I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but they're actually all wearing the same armor, and people would laugh at that strategy of wearing all the same armor, but it honestly throws, because if you look at like players like Ace or Nets or anybody really, they like to look at the visor, they like to look at you know, the armor and what they're going against to know who the player is, but you know, it kind of throws you off a little bit when everyone's wearing the same armor and you kind of play, you know, it kind of throws you off a little bit, honestly. Yeah. I know One Hit Wonders did that, and it did throw people off because people were playing me how they play Rage, and how you play Rage is not how you play against me, or how you play Rage is not how you play against, you know, Sab or anybody else. So it really does throw off the other team by wearing all the same armor somehow.
Yep, all right, blue team currently with the ball. We've got Retro on the far side. Ball's going to get thrown across the far right. Meowla goes down, but not before she gets caught up in the respawn. Nice punch right there for Retro as it takes out Razor, throws the ball up to the midcourt, gets picked up by nobody. Turnover, red team. Also, welcome to the chat. Trespassing back to the stream, even though it failed once while you were gone. Who's got that ball?
That's going to be Razor with the ball, but I want to give a shout out to Invada Zim because he shows a lot of pro ability right there. Most of Ammy players would have walked right over that ball and waited for their runner to pick up that ball, but he picked it up and threw it back. That's something that you don't see a lot of Ammy players do. When they see the ball, they're like, oh, get this ball out of my hands. I don't want to touch it at all. But Razor's going to go for a risky punch and he's going to pass it back, but the hammer is going to give it enough air to go back to their side. And yeah, like I said, instead of garbage catting the ball, they picked it up and was like, hey, Razor, here's the ball, so they can maintain possession instead of trying to, you know, protect the ball with your hammer. They're protecting the ball by picking it up and giving it back to the runner. So what a great play by Invada Zim. He's a very seasoned vet. Honestly, I don't know why he's in Ammy. He's probably one of the most pro-ready tanks in Ammy right now, and I really like how he played that. And you know what? Shouts out to him. As Razor currently is on the right side, and he's getting pushed in the corner as MV Retrogrador's just going to bully him in that corner, and it's going to be the team's ball. Take it from here, DJ.
All right, it's going to be Josh with the ball as he rolls it out, throws it all to the far side, gets picked up by Verity, who does the boot and scoot, but tosses it back, picked up in the backside by Retrogrador, finally. I think he thought Josh was going to try and get it. Retrogrador with the ball, throws it across to Josh. Josh the pickup. It's going to be Godly Utaka with the ball. DNLA on the backside. Luck gets taken down, unfortunately, by Gambit as the blue team looks for an opportunity to try and pull that back out and get it back up across the line. It is going to be Retro with the ball at the half-court line. Meowla holding down his offensive line right there as she gets taken down, unfortunately, by Poison Pop-Tart, but not before Verity and Invade Zim drop each other. Luck coming in up the backside, dealing in the middle, and Josh right here in front of my feet with Retrogrador looking to try and keep that ball safe and keep it out of their hands. There goes Josh. He's going to try and force it in. He's got 3. That sounded worse than I meant it. He had 3 tanks on him. 4 tanks now. Ball's up. Gets thrown across the midcourt. Picked up by Godly Otaku. DNLA in the front. Gets a nice kill right there on Poison Pop-Tart as Retrogrador drops Razor to try and move in around the backside, but it's not going to happen. Retro gets dropped. Ball carrier at the half-court line. Over by the scoreboard, as you can see. Retro. Ball's up. Retro in the midcourt. Picked up by nobody. No, picked up by Blitto. Blitto has the ball. I have no idea who that is. Honestly, I missed who that was. Josh on the backside, ball's up, gets thrown across to Retro. Retro with a pickup on the ball. I don't know who is standing right here. There's a 4th player that I've completely lost. It's Verity. Verity got the ball. God, DJ, get it together. Come on.
One thing I could appreciate out of blue team right now, not to distract you or anything, but one thing you got to appreciate is I haven't seen ball control by Ammy players like this since Venom was in Ammy. Ammy, you know, that just shows you how good of a captain Retro and how good of a teamwork that this team has, because look at the ball possession. You don't really see this in Ammy. In Ammy, usually just see the runner just lose the ball, but they're keeping ball possession. It's whoever picks it up is running, and that's what you gotta like. But right there, as they try to make a play.
I see what he was trying to do. Didn't work out. Red team with the ball.
I messed with that vision right there. That was some great vision right there. But oh my goodness, Poison Pop-Tart going on a tear. He's currently on a triple kill. As Razor force it, he's gonna get betrayed on the plate, but because the swing kind of caused him a little bit too much damage when Pop-Tart betrayed him, it showed up as someone else who killed him. What a great play by blue team right there. As Pop-Tart was going off, Razor needed to play a little bit more passive as Razor's going to get the ball.
Oh my God!
Lunch. He's going to be on the wall hop, and he's going to be trying to retreat back right now. He's going to let his tanks do some work right here as Razor is trying to play it passive. He does not want to be in the same situation that he was where he died, and he's going to get a nice punch on, I believe, Miss Meow, and he's going to get another punch, but he's going to mutual. He should have got the ball out of there in that situation. situation. Right there, you know, there are possibilities where you could made it out of there alive, but right there, you just didn't do it as well. Take it from here, DJ.
Godly Taco with a flyby saying hi. And he gets a nice mutual over on the far side with Poison Pop-Tart as the ball carrier on the right side of the midcourt is right there behind DNLA, also known as Miss Meowla, and Luck, also known as Verity, co-captain for the team, goes down. Josh on the backside. Josh gets the first kill, goes in for the second, gets his second drop. Razor first, and then Gambit balls out on the backside of the spawn. It's going to get picked up by Miss Meowla, who's going to see there's a problem, throws it across, picked up on the far side by nobody. Red team. Oh, it's like their red team with the ball. 0-0.
Oh, what a great play by Invada Zim right there, as he was just like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna garbage cat this. The garbage cats are not out tonight, and that's what I really appreciate. But he's stuck in the corner. At this point, you don't know what to do, because currently he's gonna lose the ball. It's such a sticky situation right there.
Go! Round one goes.
What a great play by Retrograder, taking advantage of the spawn trap right there.
Yep.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Zero Gravity right now. They're really playing exactly like they need to be. They're taking it slow. They've got great ball possession, like Pinhead has said. I really think they're doing everything they need to do right now to beat this team. That was just a great play by Retrograder. He made a good defensive play and then just kind of walked it in there. See if they can keep it up.
Pop-Tart sliding into those. And
oh my!
What? But he's gonna lose the ball. But red team can still maintain possession right here. KSI Gambit picks it up and he's gonna pass it back to Razor, as Razor currently has the ball right now, and he's just gonna be running behind his tanks. What a great play by Poison Pop-Tart, sliding right past the O-line and just being like, hey, give me this ball because this is my boy Razor's ball. But right now they're down 1-0, and Razor needs to start getting in his, start getting in that move, because you can definitely tell Razor is a little shook right now. You got the three best tanks, or some of the best tanks on your team. Razor, you just kind of need to play it patient and allow the opportunities to come to you rather than forcing the opportunities. As Invada Zim, the passive man, that getting the nice kills right there. Like I said, Razor played that so passively, letting his tanks go in there and get the kills. Good stuff right there.
No Plex, what did you see on that play?
Pinhead was definitely with the visions on that one. He pretty much called it right before it happened. And Razor did exactly what he needed to do, as Pinhead said. Just kind of shake off, the mistakes, get behind your best tanks in the league, or some of the best tanks in the league, and score how you have been all season. That was a good job for them to get back into the game.
I'm sorry, DJ, I'm gonna have to say this again real quick about blue team right there. Verity, honestly, he's I like that. He's not the same he is in league games as he is in customs, and I do appreciate that. He got a pro run, and most people, when they get they feel like they got a pro run, they just go with it. But he felt like he was in trouble. He passed it back, gave his team the opportunity, as this game's currently in a 1-1. Take it from here, DJ.
All right, blue team currently with the ball. Ball's up. Rusher throws it forward. It's going to get picked up, unfortunately, by the other team. Turnover, red team.
Oh, and that's going to set up a nasty opportunity. But what happened was that the tank in front of Razor did not manage to stay alive long enough for them to maintain the push, but they still got ball possession, which is fantastic for the red team, as Zero Gravity is giving them a run for their money. But Zero Gravity banks heavily on their defense, so they just got to keep strong on their defense. They've been playing some really good defense, and right now KSI Gambit as the Poison Pop.
Goal! Oh my God, no Plex, what just happened?
They're, underrated is really digging in right now. That one goal, it just pretty much woke up the Giant. They're pretty much like a snowplow out there. That's what that goal looked like. 3 tanks all pushed in a line and a cone and just wiped everybody out and walked it right in.
All right, right off the tip, it's going to be red team with the ball.
I've never really played for a super tanky team, but I've always played for a lot of playmaking teams. And one thing I can say is nothing's more frustrating than playing a team that's just so patient and kind of brings you to the ground. Like right now, oh my God, Poison Pop-Tart. That's actually KSI Gambit with the overkill right now. He's currently on a killing spree. He's on a kill-tacular.
Oh my God.
And he's kind of just ripping through the team. He's going to get a nice double, but he's going to miss the ball.
Oh God!
As they lose the ball. But KSI Gambit, Poison Blue, dark. Oh man.
I know. It's so confusing. It's so confusing.
Sometimes stuff just happens so fast that you can't even really see it. But honestly, just what red team is doing is kind of brutal. They're taking it and they're taking it to the to the trenches. They're playing a very slow battle right now. They're trying to out-tank them, and right now it's working really well. But this is where Zero Gravity needs to start doing passing plays. This is where they need to start, you know, showing their playmaking ability.
Or just going in by force. Look at that. DNLA and Luck open it up. Goal! Blue team! Round 4 means Zero Gravity rolls it up into a tied game. Noplex, what just happened? How'd they work it out?
They pretty much scored that goal just like Underrated scored the last one. They took a play out of their playbook, got some good tanking in there, got a push started, and then they just brought it home.
Goal!
Yep.
Round 5
and Razor just did the same thing.
Underrated.
Honestly, right there, that was just a simple pro run. It wasn't a flashy pro run, on the ground pro run where the team, you know, they got ball possession. They're like, hey, we're just gonna keep pushing, let our tanks do all the work, and it's the gentleman's pro run. You ain't doing anything flashy.
My God.
Man.
Retro with a beautiful kill right there as his team sequenced it in right behind him. Blue team with the recovery of the ball. Luck rolling in at the half-court line. Retro on the mid with DNLA on the backside, which means it's going to be Godly Otaku currently with the ball on the right side. Here comes Miss Miala rolling up towards that third court line. Retro holds down the back spawn. Luck coming into the middle, trying to see if managed to get Verity to clear it out. There he goes. That's the clearance they needed. One more tank to get through. They clear it up. They roll it out, pushing it forward. He gets bumped back. Nope, not going to happen. Caesar's a problem. Pulls it back. Riha's gonna have to get rid of that ball. When in doubt, throw it out. Ball gets back. Josh throws it back. Picked up by Retrograder. Retro sees the problem. No, gets tagged and taken down. Who's got the ball?
What a great play by Poison Pogs are gonna go for the punches, and Veda Zim's just gonna
go!
Let me tell you about the defense that was played right there. When you're on goal line, you want to play it passive. You want the blue team to come to you, I guess, or any team to come for you on defense. And he let the offense take control and kind of just let them come to them, and they made the play off that. What a great play by Poison Pogs, honestly. That's just solid performance by him.
All right, right off the bat, red team with the ball. What's happening?
It's going to be Razor with the ball, but Razor is going to feel like he's a little bit in trouble right now, so he's going to start going back. But what he should be doing is he should start kind of retreating towards his tanks a little bit, because right now they're kind of getting pushed in the corner. He's going to go for a risky punch, and he almost died, but barely gets out with his life, and he needs to start transitioning right, because the more he sticks to the left and he starts committing to the left, the more awkward position his tanking line is going to be in. And what a nice ground pound by Razor right there, kind of throwing a little bit of sugar and spice in there, kind of looking nice. You know, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. But right now, Razor's sticking to that wall. He's hugging that wall for dear life as Godly Otaku's going to try to get it. But his teammate came back, and of course, that's going to be a betrayal right there, as nothing comes good out of holding onto the wall like that as strong as Razor did. But Razor's going to get the ball back. He's all Gucci. He's going to start going left, and he is getting chased down. This is where you need to start going a sharp left, because right now, it's a 2v4 situation right now, and you do not want that. So, right now, Razor is just kind of he's suffering from some form of PTSD right now with all these blue team players kind of just in his face constantly, and he's just trying to keep it passive, trying to let his team do all the work here left right now. Oh, yo, that ground pound was nasty right there. As KSI Gambit's going on a roll right now, as it's just Invada Zim and Gambit, the two-headed monster, as Razor's gonna get the ball, or Invada Zim, and he's gonna score it. What a great play by Underrated. Now this is a playoff matchup.
Right, all right. Game 1 of these two teams roll out 5-2 in favor of Underrated. Let's take a look now and see what happened, starting with our red team. Pinhead, how did Underrated do? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, my stick's kind of, like I said, my stick's kind of messed up right now, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to navigate, but I will do the first page.
All right.
As I can still see the first page, but I'll do the first page, and can you do the KD and all that stuff, because my stick is just going off of the wall right now. So Razor, when it comes to the goals, they did win, so they got 5 goals completely, as Razor finished with 3 goals, as he's the dedicated runner, as it should be. Poison Pop-Tart with 1 of the goals, Invada Zim with 1 of the goals, and KSI Gambit, who had 0 of the goals, as the goal offenses went for Razor with 0, but he's the runner. He's not supposed to get all the goal offenses right there, as Poison Pop-Tart finished with 1, as Invada Zim and KSI Gambit leading the charge on goal offenses with 9 and 8, as Invada Zim had 9 and KSI Gambit had 8. As for goal defenses, Razor finished with 1, Poison Pop-Tart finished with 1, and Invada Zim had 0, but KSI Gambit finished with 1 as well. As for carrier kills, Razor finished off with 1, Poison Pop-Tart, as per usual, finished with the most on his team with 2 Griff kills. Invada Zim and KSI Gambit didn't really get a lot lot of turnovers, but that's fine. They get turnovers in other ways, and they kind of they help force the turnovers. So great plays by Underrated. Can you finish off the KDs and stats?
All right. For Underrated, Razor rolled out of the game with 27 kills, 8 assists, and 42 deaths. Pop-Tart with 71, 12, and 56. Invade Him, also known as Dark Soulnado, 78 and 52. And KSI Gambit, known as the Wimpy Dare, is 81, 13, and 43, which means everybody went positive except for Razor, who rolled out at a negative 12.3, with the exception of the fact that KSI Gambit went the most positive in the entire lobby, the entire game, with 42.3. Absolutely stunning and amazing. Let's take a look now at the blue team. Rolling in for Zero Gravity, Retrograder rolled in with one of the goals, and Godly Otaku with another one. Goal offenses, 3 for Miss Meowlo, 1 for everybody else. As far as goal defenses, leading the entire lobby was Miss Meowlo with 6 goal defenses, 1 each for Verity and Retrograder, tying up with the rest of the members of the other team. As far as Griff kills, though, it was very one-sided. Retrograder rolled out the game, leading the lobby with 5. Godly Otaku led second place in the lobby with 4. As far as Miss Meowlo rolled out 3. And then finally, tying with the other team was 2, Verity. So I would say definitely they killed Griff more than anybody else. So that is a definite plus for Zero Gravity. Taking a look now at the KDAs. Retrograde rolled out of the game with 51 kills and 3 assists, 57 deaths. Godly Utaka with 35, 2 and 56. Miss Meowlo with 64, 9 and 67. And Verity with 37, 3 and 80, meaning that everybody on this team went negative, except for Miss Meowlo, who went dead square, flat even. Nicely done. So game 1 is in fact going to go to Underrated. But that is just the beginning. We got more games coming up. Game 2 is about to start here in just a minute, as soon as I reset the fun little gamepad here. So based on performances so far, people, let's talk. What do we think is going to happen in Game 2?
Well,
are you talking about?
I think
either. Let's start with Noplex. Let's start with Noplex.
All right. Well, I think the Zero Gravity really started off that game like they would have. Everything pretty much went how they could have hoped. Like they got the first goal. They started to grind out type of play style, and they got a goal out of that. And they were playing really good defense. But I just think I think Razor didn't have the strongest game, but it's like that they just got it together. Whenever after that goal was scored, they probably said to their team, in their party chat, hey, let's settle down, let's play our game, let's win like we know how, and it's just 3 tanks on one side, traditional style of Grifball, and that's what they started doing. They started working to their strengths, and then it was an easy win from there. I just think if Zero Gravity, they just need to do more of the same of what they did. And as Pinhead brought up, I just think they need plays from other ways. Like they need a pro run, a pass play, a nice carrier kill straight to a goal like Pop-Tart had. Just something that with a little bit of luck, I just think if they stick to those things, they could have a good chance to come back. But Underrated is looking pretty dominant.
All right.
Yeah, honestly, right now, it's just, like I said, you gotta find other ways to get to the goal, because I mean, when we played Next Dimension, sure, we lost to Next Dimension, but they were out tanking us, and I needed to find other ways. My team needed to find other ways rather than trying to tank in. And this is up to the runner of the team, whether it's Retrograder or Godly Otaku, to try to find the holes, get the right punch that gives him the clear way for the goal. Because if you're just relying on tank-ins, it's not gonna happen, because they're not a super tank-heavy team. Miss Meow is the best tank on this team, so it's like, you're putting a lot of pressure on a new player like Miss Meow to really carry the team tanking line wise. That's why you need Godly Otaku and MV Retrograder and Verity to start getting that playmaking going while Miss Meow holds the line. And honestly, right now, it's just we just need to stay focused. This team is fairly new in playoffs. I know Godly Otaku and Retrograder have played in playoffs before, so this is the same. They've faced this before, so they just need to stay focused. I know losing a playoff match kind of gets you out of the mood a little bit, but you got to just stay focused, keep your eye on the prize, and if you really want to win, you just got to realize what you did wrong, kind of own up to your mistakes, because if you don't own up to your mistakes in playoffs, it's just not going to – you're just going to self-destruct. So, honestly, yep. I'm hoping that they pull out the next game and it goes to a Game 3, but let's get it going.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there just to kind of encourage the chat. We're going to get this started, but if you would like to be eligible for, since we don't have quite our 40, we need 40 to get to the Loot Crate giveaway, but since we do have 35, let's go ahead and give a gold pack away for the first. So I'm going to have everybody type in all lowercase letters, round, and the number 2. R-O-U-N-D, the number 2, no spaces. Type in, whoops, there we go, round 2. And there we go, round 2. Type it in, you get a chance to win a gold rec pack for Halo 5 Guardians right here. Going into game 2 tonight of the best of 3 series. It is zero gravity on blue team. It is going to be underrated on the red. And we are starting that game right now. Not pound to rage. God, I swear, I paid for your literacy lessons. I don't understand what's happening here. If you'd like to know more about what we do, how we do it, and how you can get involved, head on over to GrifballHub.com. Make sure you do follow us on social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. At GrifballHub. If you'd like to follow me directly, you can do so at all 3 of those platforms. Here on Twitch, over on Mixer, at DJ Blue PDX, or right here on Xbox Live at DJ Blue Space PDX. If they'd like to get a hold of either of you, how can they do so? Noplex?
You don't want to follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, we got that one. Oh my God!
Person.
Right off the top, he's gonna drop it down, folds it in. No, he can take it down to the spawn lane. It doesn't work.
No, but still maintain possession, but blue team. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. As Verity almost.
Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Blue screen, go! Ah! God, nobody even got to see that play. I feel so terrible. I put the wrong button. I didn't even hit it. Ah! All right. So much drama has got the ball. I need my producers back. I need my producers back. It's all on me. Blue team currently with the ball. Retrograder on the backside. Throws it up to the wall. Continue to pass across to Verity. Verity the pickup. Retro right there playing on the backside. DNLA walking on the front. Do not. I'm not even going to finish that statement. All right. Red team currently with the ball.
What a nasty play by Pop-Tart. He's
Yeah.
so nasty with that sword. But the ball is going to be in Poison Pop-Tart's hand right now, as I said before. So he's going to drop it to, obviously he's going to drop it to Razor, because, you know, Razor's definitely been the runner, but he's been very patient. Right now you should be trying to transition, you know, right, because in Ammy, especially in Ammy, they tend to get too focused on the kills. So when you start transitioning right, they get focused on the tanks, and then you got that one tank that just spawned up. Like right now, like look at how they're doing. Look how the blue tanks are so focused on the kills as they're right now. It's just like,
go! Round 1 goes to
like
underrated.
I said, in Ammy, blue team was way too focused on the kills, and Razor transitioned right with one of his tanks and started to push up right as they should have, and he made the play right there. Because, like I said, you can't be too focused. It's going to be a pro run.
Goal! Round 2 goes to the blue team. I just did one the wrong direction. There we go.
That was a good barrel roll, and the goal before that, like Pinhead said, Razor just kind of wrapped right, and even though he whiffed the punch, he had enough space to get in there anyways. That was a good job by Razor.
Blue team currently with the ball. Luck picks it up, throws it back across the half-court line. Retro gets taken down, unfortunately, by Invedia Zim, while Pop-Tart drops Verity. Red team with the ball, pushes it in, goes for the punch, rolls it through. Goal! Round 3 goes to underrated.
That wimpy deer?
Damn!
You can definitely tell that Zero Gravity is just not focused right now. As they're just
nervous.
getting sloppy with their pass backs, and that you can definitely tell they're starting to get nervous because you're down 1-0 in the series right now. And honestly, it's just like you just need to stay focused. They're getting a little too sloppy. Their pass backs haven't been as clean as they've been in the first game. So they definitely need to start cleaning that up. This is where Retrograder as a leader needs to start going up as he's gonna pass.
Oh God!
He's gonna get stopped. Last moment. KSI Gambit currently has the ball, and he's going to drop it, of course, to Razor, because Gambit's not a runner. So Razor's going to start going up right, and the tanks, like I said, why are the tanks getting too focused with the kills? You got to start moving up sharp right. This is where Razor needs to start going up left, because right now the tanks are focused on all these kills. They got 2 guys worried about one of the tanks on underrated, and if he started moving left, they probably wouldn't notice that he was moving left, because they're just so focused on the kills. So Razor is looking behind him. He wants to do a nice quick check to see if anybody's behind him, because we have seen that before where people sneak up behind him and then they steal the ball and they're like, hey, this is my ball now, and it's kind of like watching a lion attack a gazelle. It's pretty fascinating. But Razor's
Spoon,
on
it's
that
best
wall
of 3, by the way.
Despite of what you think about the wall hop actually makes you very vulnerable. It's like building a wall around you and kind of standing on the wall. The wall's not going to protect you, as he's going to get a nice punch. He's going to go for the second one, but he whiffs completely. He needs to aim a little bit lower, because I was looking at his reticle. He was aiming a little bit too high, and that can happen.
Yeah.
You want to aim for the biggest hitbox, and the biggest hitbox is the chest, and he was aiming at the head, so he definitely needed to clean that punch up real quick. All
right, that's going to be, it was Godly Otaku who had the ball and took it away from him. Currently with the ball right now. Unfortunately, it was Retrograder, popped over the stab and grab. Ball goes across the half court, picked up by Red Team. Retro, what needs to happen in order for Zero Gravity to get back in this game?
Retro, am I Retro?
Sorry.
He's Retro.
He's Retro.
No Plex. Jesus. DJ is tired.
Retroplex?
Retroplex.
Disco.
Old Plex. Yeah. No Plex. What needs to happen for... Okay, well, catches like that need to happen. In your opinion, playstyle, strategies, tactics, what needs to happen right now for Retro to get his team back into where we know that they can be? Because we've seen their mentality get this far, and they do well under pressure.
I think at this point, it's like you're already a game down. I mean, you can't really be nervous at this point. Just go out there, leave it all on the court. You know what you got to do. It's pretty much, if they lose, that their season is over. So you just gotta try to play with as much passion as you can. And like Pinhead said, I just think their passing back was a little sloppy at first. It seems like it's improving a little bit now. But I just don't feel at this point, DJ, you can be rattled. You just gotta pretty much play. You just gotta play your butt off and hope for the best. Because it's either win or go home right now.
Retrograder currently with the ball, luck on the backside of the spawn, trying to get those kills out. Retro sees the problem, swords below him, throws it all up. It's going to get caught on the wall. I'm looking right at the ball right now. Here comes Verity. Doesn't get it. Pick up, turnover, Red Team.
Very sloppy pass back by MV Retrograder. I'm pretty sure that was MV Retrograder who made that pass, but the ball gets on the wall hop, and it kind of gets a little tricky to get that ball back without, looking at it. So, I mean, that was definitely another sloppy pass back, but kind of like a kind of whatever, turnover. So Poison Pop-Tart currently has the ball. He can actually run. He, despite of what he says, I know he's more valuable as a tank than Ammy, but he can run. He definitely has been working on his, been working on his running over the time being, as Poison Pop-Tart's going to continue having the ball, and he's going to be pushed into that corner. He's going to get the punch rather than passing it back, but now he's playing with fire as he's looking straight at the 3 blue players, and he's going to drop it for Razor, as it should be, as Razor currently has the ball, and they're going to be moving sharp left as the kills. As Verity gets a nasty kill right there to keep the tank at bay. So now Razor's going to need to start transitioning right as all the blue teams are starting to migrate over to the tanking line in the corner. So Dark is going to try to get the infantry and try to, kill them. He doesn't want the reinforcements to come in and kind of just get Razor in a bad position. And this is what's so great about the Reds tanking line, is that they don't allow Razor to get that much pressure. If Zero Gravity really wants to get to Razor, Razor isn't the best pressure player. When he starts to feel that pressure, he kind of collapses under the pressure. So if they really want to do it, right now they should have their swords out, because Invadazim and KSI Gambit aren't the best at tanking swords. So what they should be doing is that they should be having their swords out and kind of try to get those kills off the edge and putting pressure on Razor, to kind of force Razor to make a mistake like they've done before. And Razor's not a pressure player, so like I said, they need to apply that pressure to Razor, kind of force him to make a mistake rather than just letting him go into a tanking battle. Because like I said, they have most of their hammers out, and I don't think you're going to win the tanking battle against this team, because they are the best tanking team in Ammy right now. As KSI Gambit has the ball, but that's kind of a scary thing, because KSI Gambit isn't the best runner, but he's going to still maintain possession as the 2 tanks on Red Team are starting to push up, as DJ, Poison Pop-Tart is going on a roll right now. He's kind of just swinging his hammer, as Razor's going to come in and get a nice kill right there, as KSI Gambit is still there with the ball, and he's going to start to retreat back to his tanks as the tanking line has officially died. But right there, as the tank, if they wanted that lead tank, if they wanted to continue that push, what they should have done is he should have tried to stay alive for his team to come back. But as the Red Team is now stuck in the corner, this is where Razor needs to pass it, but he's going to test his luck, and he's going to get boosted back by Verity's hammer right there, as Razor is currently back in the same corner. He likes to hug the wall too much. You don't want to get too comfortable with the wall. You got to spread yourself out as a runner, because if you just hug too much of the wall, you become more predictable as a player, as he is just getting swarmed, and he didn't pass the ball back, and that's going to be a nasty turnover, but the hammer is going to cause Red Team to maintain ball possession, as KSI Gambit's going to drop it back to Razor. I'm kind of sick of saying this man's name, but Razor still has the ball, as KSI Gambit and Poison Pop-Tart are kind of trying to keep this tanking line going, but he's going to die and then they're back at square one, same corner, same play, same tank, same teams, same everything. So right now it's not looking too comfortable. This game's kind of being very predictable. Razor needs to start transitioning. He needs to start moving around, and I feel like he's positioning himself too much in one area rather than, you know, spreading himself out. I feel like he's a little too passive. You know, for a person who's a route runner, he needs to start transitioning. He needs to know when he should be on the right side or the left side and start transitioning up middle. I feel like he hugs way too much on a wall and kind of just stays at the wall for too much. But he's going to get right past the defender.
There we go.
He's going to rock it right in.
Goal! Round 4. Goes.
Yeah, Gambit was doing some good job tanking on the right side. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
Razor just kept going. He kept wrapping around to the right, and it's pretty funny how Pinhead will say something, and then it's like they can hear him in game because he's pretty much saying exactly what Razor needed to do, and then he did it. Pretty eerie.
Big sub hype real quick for the Sparta Cat from Ultimate Halo and the Microsoft Store. Welcome, and thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate it. Now you get all the cool emoticons, including my face and all the fun stuff. Right now, it is zero gravity with the ball. We've seen comebacks in worse situations than we have right now. I do believe in the possibility that there is going to be a chance Retrograders team is going to rock out and just take this game, possibly in game 2, because they've got the fire under their feet. They know there's a problem. They've got to fix it, and I see that they're going to. I think, honestly, they have the chance to change this right now. Retrograde in the center. DNLA gets taken down on the front side. Ball carrier falls back. I'm having a little bit of a problem. Catch this. By the way, yes, we usually have a free cam tonight, but we are one producer shy, so I am doing the free cam while casting. Blue ball carrier that is going to be zero gravity's Josh, also known as Godly Otaku, rolls the ball front. It's going to get picked up by team captain Retrograder across the half-court line. Throws it down. Not sure that was the best move and strategy right there, but the ball is back. It's still in the open court. Going to get picked up by red team. Turnover. Turnover. Back to the blue team. It's back in the hands of Retrograder. Retrograder falls forward. Josh in the front side. Luck in the center. Ball carrier is going to have to get it past that entire line of reds. The problem here has been the issue of the red reactions. Underrated's really quick on the fly when they get off that spawn, and getting them into a spawn trap is not an easy process. There's the hole they need to create. The avenue's cleared, and it's going to be a goal! Round 5 goes to zero gravity. No Plex. Take us through what just happened.
Well, shout out to Miss Miala right there. She stuck with it, kept tanking, stayed alive, and then ended up in a goal. That was a great doorstop.
Wow. What a great play by Poison Pop-Tart to get to the runner just in the nick of time, but that's the thing, he got hit, so his health is down low, so he's only one hit. So he needed to play that a little bit passive as Poison Pop-Tart's going on a roll. He's going to get the extermination right there as he's just going to keep going as he's on an overkill right now as Razor currently has the ball, and he's going to start like looking around. He's trying to feel this defense out as all of his tanking line is going to go down. He needs to start moving left as his tanks are going to spawn up left as everybody's hawking out with their swords right now, and it's a ball possession game right now. If Zero Gravity wants to win, they got to maintain possession. They're going to have to get the ball, and Razor's going to get a nice kill on Miss Meow, and he's going to go for another punch. He's going to whip. Razor punches have been very sloppy.
Wow, Godly.
Let's talk about Razor's punches right there, because Razor's punches have just been very sloppy tonight. Like I said, if you want to get those punches, you got to aim low. You got to aim at the torso. Aim at the biggest, highest, you know, hitbox. If you're aiming at the head, you're not going to get it because the head's very inconsistent. So he needs to go after the biggest hitbox there is, and that is the chest. So,
all right.
You know, bad decision making right
That was Godly Otaku with that kill and takedown on the turnover for the blue team. Retrograde in the center, DNLA on the backside. Ball has been thrown across the 3 different players in the meantime, but Luck coming in on the backside. Miss Miala trying to protect him out. Miss Miala gets dropped, unfortunately, by Gambit. 2 tanks inbound, sees there's a problem. Josh throws it across, picked up by blue team. No, gets punched and taken down. Verity gets dropped by Zim. Turnover, red team.
And that is going to be KSI Gambit with the play right there. But what a nasty juke by Verity, or I believe whoever has the ball, because I'm telling by their armor and I can't tell the difference sometimes. But great juke right there to get the ball out.
Service tags are a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I know. Good. I feel more comfortable.
It's all the thing. Did I turn into a monkey? Yes, of course I did, Ray. By the way, if you'd like to... Saints is here! What's up, Saints? If you would like to win the gold pack right now, by the way, make sure you type into the chat round 2. It's round in all lowercase letters followed by the number 2, no spaces, and you will be in the chance to win a gold rec pack for Halo 5 Guardians right here. during the championships. If we can get above 40 viewers right now, we're going to roll out with a loot crate giveaway, but that's if we get above 40 viewers. But the ball is currently in the hands of Underrated. Talk to me, who's got it? Never mind, I know who's got it. Godly Utaku. My bad, apologies. Josh, the ball throws it back to Retrograde. Retro's got 2 swords in, gets the first punch, doesn't get the second.
Oh, Razor's gonna get the ball back.
Dang!
Great play by Razor as he got a nice carrier kill right there and just immediately punched the guy who's gonna counter him right there. As Razor currently has the ball, making the great defensive play right there. He's gonna be hugging that wall yet again. Gonna get a nasty clean punch on Verity right there. He's gonna maintain the push right here. As KSI Gambit is leading the charge and Poison Pop-Tart is gonna start transitioning. As Poison Pop-Tart missed out on a great opportunity to get a double kill right there, but Razor saves himself by getting the nice kill right there, but the push is almost dead. KSI Gambit needs to stay alive to keep this push alive, and KSI Gambit finally falls, and this is where Razor is going to need to retreat right now, as he's going to be on the right side with Evada Zim, who's going to try to hold all 3 of the tanks at bay. He's going to get a nice kill on one of the Hawks, gets a clean punch on Godly Otaku, as right now Razor's on a killing spree, landing almost every single punch, and with that great defensive play right there, he's able to be on a killing spree, but right now they got a nasty position, and it's going to be a nasty taken. What a great play by Razor. Keeping it patient, not losing the ball, and kind of just letting the tanks do all the work right there. What a great play by Razor.
Who is Bixby Clay?
I'm pretty sure that's KSI Bixby, man.
Yeah,
the man, the
KSI
myth, the legend, dude.
Is that a person?
Is Big legend?
You're kidding. I've never even heard of him.
He's a real person. You've never heard of KSI Bixby, man?
No, can't be super relevant. Really? Is he? I never heard of him. Someday, like, Bixby. Someday we're gonna meet, and someday you're gonna see if you can actually make me go negative. Everybody makes me go negative, so it's not like it's a task. All right. Red team currently with the ball.
And that's going to be Razor with the ball yet again as Poison Pop-Tart and all the tanks are starting to move in and try to get the kills on the blue team. Trying to get the right kills, not just the nonsensical kills, as Razor's going to try to, like, he keeps holding onto this wall. You kind of need to start moving now, because if you keep hugging the wall, the opportunities are not going to come to you. And that's something that a route runner needs to do. He needs to start going mid or right, or, you know, just moving around, spacing around, because not all the opportunities are going to come on the wall. He needs to kind of just space himself around, start moving around a little bit, as all 4 of the tanks are in front of Razor right now, as Dark is going to try to get kills, and he's going to be inside their defense, and he's going to get taken out. And I thought he was going to be able to get the kills right there and give Razor the opportunity to start going up the holes. Razor's going to need to start moving up left as the sword guy, which is Godly Otaku. You do not want to play with Godly Otaku's sword, because he is able to make plays so quickly with the sword. So great stuff by Razor, kind of staying patient. He's going to be in a very tough situation. Lands very sloppy punch right there.
Right.
As I told you, Godly Otaku
everybody
pay for doing that.
Just everybody down. We got chat. We got talk in the game chat. DNLA has somehow been popped out and pushed out of party chat. Blue team's currently on the knee. We're going to take a pause real quick and give a shout out to everybody who is watching the show. Welcome. This, of course, is game 2 of our second playoff game for the AGLA Ammys right now here on twitch.tv/GrifballHub. Also, you know what? Just since everybody says you are the poop and you do all sorts of cool things, I may actually try and get you on my GGL team. Who knows, bruh? Bring back the Bix. You know, if I'd actually replace that B with a D, this would be a whole different conversation. Anyways, yes, GrifballHub brought to you by Knees. Knees, bees, and everything else. Blue team's been doing the jump and the slam, and that means it's going to be off the pause button. Here comes DNLA coming forward, gets a beautiful first punch. Ball's out on the right side. It's going to be Luck with the ball, rolling into the front side. DNLA in the middle, Retro coming off the respawn. Josh in front, coming up into the middle, goes for the slide, doesn't quite get the kill. Luck moving up in front of the ball carrier, going to try and clear it out. Gets the first kill, going in for that second, doesn't quite make it. The snap happens, but it's going to be a trade. Mutual, balls down. It's in the open, recovered by the red team. Turnover. Underrated.
Razor is in trouble, but Poison Pop-Tart cleans up the kill on Verity, as Verity also has a nasty sword as well, and you kind of don't want to play with fire like that. Razor back to his wall yet again. Like I said, he needs to start moving around a little bit more, and he's going to pass it back as he feels like he's in trouble, as they're going to try to get a give and go going, but no, there will not be a single give and go going right now, as Poison Pop-Tart is leading the charge for his runner right now, as it's going to be, I believe...
Oh my god!
I don't know.
Ubernick is here!
KSI Gambit with the ball.
Ubernick is here! Holy crap, what's going on, Nick? How have you been? Welcome to the show, sir. Thanks so much for the patronage, man. Good to see you. Red team currently with the ball.
And Razor back on his wall yet again as Razor's, he got a guy right behind him. He needs to learn how to play this right as he gets the nice punch, and this could be it for...
Goal!
Zero Gravity has been officially eliminated for playoffs. They gave a great run right there, but it will be underrated going to the next round of playoffs as this was a 2-0 series as underrated takes it.
Unexpected.
What a great punch right there.
Unexpected. Let's take a look. Does your stick allow you? Is it gonna allow you to do stats right now?
It would let me do stats, but oh wait, hold up. Yes, it does. So
all right, take it away. Let's talk about red team.
Yeah, for underrated, Razor with the dominant runner who had 4 goals, and KSI Gambit finished off with 1 goal. But as for goal defenses or goal offenses, Razor's had 1 goal offensive, and KSI Gambit with 3, as Poison Pop-Tart had 0, but Invada Zim finished off with 4 goal offenses. As for Razor with the goal defenses, he had 3 goal defenses. KSI Gambit had 2 goal defenses, and Poison Pop-Tart with 3 goal defenses, as Zim finishing with the same as Pop-Tart, and Razor with 3 goal defenses. As for the carrier kills, Razor had 2 carrier kills, and KSI Gambit had 1. Poison Pop-Tart had 3 carrier kills, and Invada Zim had 2. And like always, Poison Pop-Tart leading his team in the carrier kills department. What a great defense by Poison Pop-Tart. As for the KDAs, as Razor went 38, 2, and 46, going a -8, which is fine because he's the runner and he also had the least amount of kills, but he's not supposed to get a lot of kills as a runner. So for KSI Gambit, he went 71, 6, and 57, which I believe is going to be a plus 20.
You know, if you just do the numbers and then do those after, it works so much easier.
I like to do it in my head. You know, that was like the first time that I ever messed that up. So yeah, I apologize. As a plus 26, wow, what a crazy tanking performance for Poison Pop-Tart as he went plus 26, and Invada Zim went 68 and 67, only going plus 1, and great performances by underrated right there.
Okay, by the way, we just hit 40, so that means we're giving away a loot crate right after this, so nobody go away. Before I go for the next team stats, I'm going to give away the gold rec pack. It's going to Razor. Razor, run the gold rec pack. I will be getting to that soon, but we just hit 40 viewers, man. We hit it. I saw the number, so therefore, while I give the stats, I'm going to have everybody enter again. This time, we're going to be doing cha-cha-cha. Nope, where's the button? Hoo-ha, there we are. All right, keywords. We're going to do a keyword that's going to be called, well, let's just type Pop-Tart in all lowercase letters. Pop-Tart is the word. If you want to get a loot crate today, you type in Pop-Tart right there into the chat right now, and I'm going to see who's going to qualify for that. In the meantime, let's take a look at Zero Gravity's stats. Retrograder and Verity rolled out each with 1 of the goals for their teams. Goal offense is 6 for Miss Meowla, 5 for Godly Otaku, leading the lobby for that team, for both teams, and also leading for everybody else. 1 each for Retro and Verity. As far as goal defenses are concerned, 3 for Verity, 1 for Godly Otaku, none for either of the players. Griff kills, 4 for Godly Otaku, 1 for everybody else on the team. As far as the kills and deaths roll out, Retrograder rolled out of the game with 65 kills, 7 assists, and 59 deaths. Verity with 36, 10, and 83. Miss Meowla with 80, 12, and 65. And Godly Otaku with 51, 6, and 66, meaning that the DJ Respawn All-Star Award is still going, unfortunately, somehow, and most amazingly, unexpectedly, to Verity, who I now see why you actually died more than me this season, because reasons. There you go. Congratulations. That means that Verity went negative 43.6 in the game. Godly Otaku with a negative 13. Otherwise, Meowla went positive 19, and Retrograder went positive 18.3. Congratulations to Underrated, who are going to roll on forward, but I am surprised. I'm honestly, you know, I thought it was going to go a little bit differently, but both of these teams are so evenly committed to the game, and they're both so evenly talented. I wasn't quite sure which direction it would roll. Noplex, how do you feel this game rolled out, man?
Well, I think we kind of predicted it pre-game going in. Underrated, they're a very good team, and not only are they a very good team in Ammy, they're a seasoned team. I mean, there's no rookie on this team. I mean, these are players that all have experience, have been either ex-pros or should be in pro. I mean, you got Pop-Tart, who's, I mean, really, I've said this to everybody when I've discussed Griffball and this last season and this playoffs. I don't think anybody in Ammy League would be mad at all if Pop-Tart wins the ship. I mean, this guy, he's worked his butt off to get better. He's got a really good team. He lost in the ship last season. I feel people really feel it's his time. Like he's playing really well. I don't think Zero Gravity has any reason to hang their head. I think they have a lot to feel good about. They really turned it up to the second half of the season and improved their game. I know they were in party chats asking for advice, and they were in customs playing to get better. Miss Miala really had a great showing, I felt, in that second game, and really they really fought in there. It was a good game to watch. I mean, it could have went either way. So, they had a good season. I don't think they have any reason to hold their heads down.
I would have to agree. And, I want to say that despite the fact that they ended up losing, Zero Gravity, I think, fought it well, especially considering how new their team is. But, man, Pop-Tart, you're right, has been in this for a while. And I would love to see him actually walk away with it if there was, I think it's going to be interesting because I honestly believe it's going to roll out probably being Pop-Tart rolling up against Trespasses teams. And that's, sadly, 2 producers. And that means I'm going to have to, it's just going to be Oogie and I.
Oh goodness.
So
honestly, I feel like ZG, they played their hearts out, but honestly, I think I said this on the podcast, but it's just like this team is too young, and I feel like when you got so much inexperience on one team, it kind of becomes detrimental. Because like this team, I feel like if these guys were on any other team, if you took Zero Gravity and you distributed them all across the top 5 best teams, I feel like Ammy would be so much more, I would say, competitive, because these guys are all role players, and that's not bad. I mean, One Hit Wonders was a team full of role players, and we all made it work. We went to the playoffs, and we did really well. But like at the same time, it's just these guys are all role players. I feel like if you put these guys with dominant players, like you put Miss Meow on a team like with Invada Zim or KSI Gambit or Poison Pop-Tart, I feel like Miss Meow would become a 10 times better player. Same with oh my goodness,
my headset just came out. My God, apologies. Wow.
But this is a very young team.
Whoops.
But honestly, they definitely surprised me. But overall, good season by them.
Yes.
But Underrated is just so dominant. Poison Pop-Tart, he's been in Ammy for so long. This man just wants to escape this Ammy prison. And he's really showing why he should be in pro tonight, and same with Invada Zim and KSI Gambit. Great performances by both teams, by all the players. And this playoff series definitely was way better than the last one. So I'm glad.
Last chance, type Pop-Tart in the chat because we did hit the 40 viewer mark, and you got to be in the chat to win it. So type it in the chat, and then we're going to get that winner coming up right now. Type Pop-Tart, all lowercase letters, because we're on that super fun delay that Twitch has. I've got to wait. While I'm waiting for you guys to finish typing Pop-Tart, forget your entrances in here. Let's talk about what's coming up later on this week. We've got the next implant? Eggplant? What? Words. DJ's old. I don't know what's happening. We've got the next installation of the playoff series coming up tomorrow. We've got the AGLA Ammy playoffs Aftershock versus
Secret Society.
Secret Society. Sorry. Aftershock versus Flaming Society of Insanity is going to be tomorrow night, best of 3. Wow. I am not biased at all. I am not casting. I'm casting for Aftershock tomorrow. I'm just saying that. Much love. Although my boy Lost Goat, also known as Dirty Murder, is going to be playing for Secret Society, so I do wish him the best of luck for that. Yas. But that's coming up tomorrow night. Pre-game show probably will be at 8:30. That is 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 if you're on the West Coast. Game starting at 9. We will be doing that. And then, once we're done with that best of 3, guess what we're going to do, people? We're going to have open play. If you're one of the coolest people in the world who wants to actually play the game, practice the game, get in there with some pros, we will match you, the community, up with some of our players, and we're going to get some games going. We're going to get some random matches going and get some people in here to kind of experience, hey, do I want to be part of this? Because I think you do. Coming up as soon as the AGLA is done, though, we're going to be starting the GTS, which is our Grifball Trial Series. It's a research project. It is not about competitive play. This is about research play. This is going to be very clinical, and we're going to be testing out a lot of the different features and design styles that have been questioned and that have been tried, and we've got some differing opinions on. So we're going to let everybody get their hands on and get their hands dirty with all the different game types, gameplays, talk about it in surveys as a group, and then we're going to roll that out to a vote, go through all that data, and we're going to come up with some resolutions for you. But that'll all be coming up in the next upcoming months. There's going to be a redesign that we're going to be announcing here very soon. That's going to be happening here in the next week. On Thursday, it looks like we have got tentative schedule waiting for confirmations from the teams. But it is the AGLA Pro Division Championship game between the top two teams in the entire league this season. And it's Vital Signs versus Next Dimension this Thursday. Pregame starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That's 5:30 on the Pacific Coast. 9 p.m. game start. We got casters, guests, players, captains, all sorts of people to come on the stream and talk to you. We got prizes, giveaways, all sorts of fun stuff like that to finish out the AGLA Pro Division. Then we'll end up with our final week being next week, where we'll watch the outcome of the AGLA Ammy Division Championships. But right now, since we have finished tonight, let's take a look. Man, I've got a lot of names here. Let's take a look at who our winner is. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's usually when I at the soundboard, and they're like, yeah, we're all ready. Okay, here we go. Rolling for the winner. The winner is Bald Spots. Just kidding. Ha! Cannon won the loot crate. Yeah.
It's also Cannon's birthday.
What?
So shout out to Cannon.
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure it's Cannon's birthday. Yeah.
Yo.
At least that's what I saw on Twitter.
Happy birthday, man, Cannon! Congratulations! That is amazing! I will get your information from you, send it to me. So, Cannon, you know how to get hold of me. If you can just send me your name, address, and all that stuff, I'll get it over to Goose for the mail out, and we'll get that all taken care of for you. Congratulations. Also, happy birthday. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Pinhead Larry, for doing play-by-play. Thank you, Noplex, for being here for me the entire freaking show, doing our analysis, helping out with the interviews, and all of that. And for everything you've been doing for the GTS, by the way. So we'll be back tomorrow with more Grifball coming up right here on howicanchangethe.scenes.com. There we go. If you'd like to know more about what we do, how we do it, and how you can get involved, make sure you head on over to GrifballHub. Damn it, it broke.